Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back again here on a Wednesday night. It is the Crooked Line late models. We're coming at you live from Five Flags Speedway here tonight. Going to be 100 laps around this racetrack this evening. Sponsor for tonight's race, Coleman Designs. Make sure you go get yourself a paint job done by Coleman Designs. I believe you can find him over on Facebook. That's Justin Coleman over at Coleman Designs. Also, shout out to Bad Company Racing for sponsoring this series. Forgive me, gentlemen, I have not done a Wednesday in a hot minute. We got about 2 minutes left to go here in practice. Chris Carroll top of the board right now with a 17.03. Brian Zimmerman right behind him, also with a 17.03. Times are very close this evening. Going to be a momentum race here tonight in the late models. Very close, very tight racing. Let me see if I can get an eyeball on the point standings here. Not sure if they've been updated quite yet. Showed me that Justin Coleman's going into tonight as the points leader. Zach Murphy second, Brian Zimmerman third, Brandon Elvis fourth, and Brad Carpenter is going to be fifth. Top five in points. We got about a minute left to go here in practice, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready to head down trackside for pre-race ceremonies. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to head down trackside. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's National Anthem. And thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Everybody, if you please could go check out Mullet Music Productions over on YouTube. Chris Carroll right now on provisional pole with a 17.08. Just completed his qualifying run. Todd Lamphere on his second lap right now, second on the board with a 17.10. Returns 3 and 4. Looks like you got a little sideways there out of turn 4, but across the line for Lamphere. Going to be a little bit slower. Going to be knocked down to third by Dalton Creech there. Kyle Wildman Wellman finishing up his run of 17.11 as Brandon Elvis on his second lap goes to third. Quick time, Brad Carpenter, 17.06 for the number 31. Great lap out of Brad Carpenter. Zach Murphy's heading out on track right now. Out of turn 4 to get the green flag for his qualifying run. About 3 minutes left to go here. Brian Grayville goes second fastest on his first lap, 17.07. Going to match Carroll's time there. Bumps Carroll to third. Ryan Zimmerman on his second lap goes to sixth. First lap for Murphy. Going to be 12th fastest, 17.12. Let's see what he can do on his second lap. Out of turn 4, across line for Zach Murphy. Goes sixth fastest, but quick time for the number 14 of Justin Coleman, 17.03. Second lap a little slower, but right now on provisional pole, the number 14 of Justin Coleman. Tanner Marr, first lap, 17.12, good enough for 15th on his second right now. Out of turn 4 and across the line for the number 4. A little bit slower, 17.19 on his second lap, 17.19. Oh, new quick time, 80 of Christopher Smith. First driver to break into the 16-second bracket, 16.96 for the number 80 of Christopher Smith. Great run. So we got about a minute and a half left to go, ladies and gentlemen. Drivers are going to get those final adjustments made and get them out on the grid here tonight for 100 laps at Five Flags Speedway. That wraps up qualifying. Looks like Christopher Smith is going to hang on to the pole. Drivers are getting ready to grid up here. But you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to start going through that grid. Christopher Smith is going to be starting on the pole here this evening with Justin Coleman to his outside in second. Hunter Lagoons is going to be starting third with Brad Carpenter to his outside in fourth. Brian Grayville is going to be starting in fifth. Chris Carroll to his outside in sixth. Zach Murphy rolling off in P7 here tonight with Larry Bell starting eighth. Dalton Creech is going to be starting ninth with Brian Zimmerman to his outside in 10th. Brandon Elvis is going to be starting in 11th with Todd Lamphere rolling off in P12. Going on down, we got Kyle Wildman Wellman starting in 13th position. Brandon Mettler is going to be starting in 14th. Rob Hattenbach is going to be starting in 15th with Tanner Marr starting 16th. Kevin Prettyman, 17th position to his outside. Mark Stewart in 18th. Samuel Lawson, the governor, is going to be starting in 19th with Chris Sawyer starting 20th. Byron Gay is 21st. Joshua Vermillion to his outside in 22nd. Daniel Sweat is going to be starting 23rd here this evening. Dave Stanley in 24th. Moving on down, we got Mitchell Muma in 25th. Gary Wright to his outside in 26th. And shotgun on the field here tonight is Brody Mears and 27th. Late models. It's Five Flag Speedway, 100 laps. It's time to get it on here at Crooked Line. Drivers just got the one to go signal. Pace car lights are off. Christopher Smith, Justin Coleman gonna lead him down to this one. Pace car makes that hard left-hand turn down to pit road, and we are racing here at Five Flags. Going down into turns 1 and 2. It's gonna be side by side for the race lead, but Christopher Smith running the bottom lane. Gonna try and clear Coleman coming off of 2, but he just can't. Side by side all the way back to about 6th position right now as Coleman tries to fight for that lead, but he's going to have to slot behind Christopher Smith right now and just kind of ride. As we go back to 3rd, Hunter Lagoons gets around Brad Carpenter. Carpenter is now trying to hold off Grayville on the bottom side of the racetrack. Grayville tried to look underneath the 27 of Lagoons there as we head into 3 and 4. And then we got Chris Carroll and Zach Murphy side by side back here for 6th. The race last time by on lap 3, a 17.16 as Brian Grayville in the 05. Battle for the race lead right now as Justin Coleman goes to the bottom side of the racetrack, gets around the 80, gonna lead lap number 3. Now Smith stuck up on the top side of the racetrack. There's no hole to get down. Looks like the car might have got a little tight right there as it came off turn number 2. Gonna try and roll the middle of 3 and 4 here, hanging tight right here on the outside. Now looking for the race lead on the outside. Great run off of turn number 4, but loses it all going into 1. They're still side by side back here for the 6th position. That's Murphy and Carroll. Carpenter got around these guys running in the top 5. You got Grayville running 4th now side by side for 2nd. Lagoons underneath number 80 of Christopher Smith. Great side-by-side racing right now as we come to take lap 7, complete lap 6 of 100 here tonight at Five Flags. Tell you what, Smith does have to be careful though. I was hearing a lot of drivers talk earlier in the race, or earlier in practice, about tire wear this evening. A few drivers a little concerned about it. That outside groove, you're just going to be burning your tires up a little bit more. So the 80 is going to have to be careful of that. Is now finally loses the position. The Hunter Lagoons now in jeopardy of going back to 4th here as Grayville looks underneath. Taking a look at Brian Zimmerman. He's trying to work his way around Dalton Creech, who's currently running 8th. Zimmerman 9th, and Larry Bell up inside the top 10 right now. Brandon Mettler currently in 11th. He's got Brandon Elvis right behind him, and Tanner Marr right behind him in 13th. Rob Hattenback in the 00, running 14th. Todd Lanfear behind him. These guys are pretty much single filed out. You see Wildman Wellman. There might have been a little bit of contact back there. Not sure who that was. It was the 51 of Sawyer. He either got loose or maybe made a little bit of contact with somebody and went down to the inside of the racetrack. Right now to the inside of Daniel Sweat. Ooh, tight on the door there, Sweat. Battle for your 19th position right now. Back up to the front of the field, it's still all Justin Coleman, about a 3/10 gap over the 27 of Hunter Lagoons. Still a long way to go in this one, and tire wear is going to play a factor here tonight. Lagoons runs 2nd, but has a mirror full of Brian Grayville as we go on the rear roof cam of of Lagoons looking back at Grayville. Everybody pretty much single filed out right now. The question is who's really pushing and who's trying to save them tires? Chris Carroll, surprisingly, has not made his way up further through the field. We know Carroll is a heavy hitter in Crooked Line. Quite a few wins over in the super late models. Maybe just kind of riding right now, saving them tires. Only lap 15. You still got about 86 laps to go. 85 now. I think drivers are probably going to try and split this race in half, I imagine, if it goes green like this. But you're going to want to run those tires out as long as you can. Not exactly sure how long they can go on a tank of fuel. Lap 17 of 100. Coleman still leads the way, but now only about a 2/10 gap over Lagoons. I'll tell you what, Grayville just hanging tight right on the back bumper of that number 27. Showed him the nose a couple of times, almost has a good run off of the corner. But not good enough to where he can stick it in there and be able to get a run going into the next corner. He might have it here, no. Just can't seem to get the power down enough to get to him. Christopher Smith started second here tonight. Started on the pole here tonight. Has now dropped down to fourth. Brad Carpenter right behind him. They're losing a little bit of ground to our race leaders right now. About a half a second off the back bumper of Grayville right now is that number 80 of Christopher Smith. Grayville taking another peek to the inside of the 27. He's got really good center off momentum. Ooh, maybe gave him a little shot right there just to let him know he's there. Like, well, let's go on the roof cam of Grayville. Look at the run he gets to the center of the corner here. Just all over that back bumper right now, trying to force him to make a mistake. Got a good run right here. Just not enough. Just not quite. So close. Right now, Coleman still a 2/10 gap over Lagoons. Oh, Lagoons might have made that mistake. No. Oh, Grayville sends it in there. He saw the opportunity. He takes it. Slides up in front of the 27. Now put Grayville up in a second. But can he run down Coleman now? So we take lap 24 of 100. Last time by, Coleman was just a little bit quicker than that 0.5. Both of them running pretty identical lap times, a 17.42 compared to a 17.46. So you see the gap right there, about 4 or 5/10 of a second from Grayville to Coleman. Last time by, Grayville just a tick faster than that 14. Oh, might have got the wall just a little bit right there. Definitely lost a lot of momentum there. That's not good. Then he's going to put himself in jeopardy of being under pressure at this number 27 again. Now Brad Carpenter actually starting to reel in this number 27. But these guys further on back maybe save their tires a little bit longer than these other guys. Chris Carroll is right behind Zach Murphy. Murphy up inside the top 5 now, started in 7th. Take lap 29 of 100. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to TrueSimProductions here on a Wednesday night for the Crooked Lines late models. Tonight's race is brought to us by Coleman Designs. Make sure you go get a paint scheme done by Coleman Designs over on Facebook. That's a lot of great schemes. If I'm not mistaken, quite a few drivers out here are running a Coleman Design special, including the man himself running up in the lead. Looks like he might have a little lap traffic ahead of him. Starting to catch up to that number 97 of Byron Gay. As Lagoons loses a position to Brad Carpenter. Zach Murphy's trying to follow him. Lagoons getting stuck up on the outside. Did he maybe burn up that right front a little too much? Either that or we might have missed him. Maybe getting a shot. Getting pushed up out of the groove. Carpenter now up into third. See, Chris Carroll followed Zach Murphy on through. Now here comes Brian Zimmerman. Zimmerman's already up 4 spots since the start of this race, currently running in 6th. 67 laps to go here, 5 flags. We've been green flagged the entire way thus far. Some great racing going on here tonight, guys. Love it. Also, big shout out to Bad Company Racing for sponsoring the late models here for Crooked Line for the entire season. Big shout out to those guys. We cannot forget them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join Crooked Line, again, Discord link in the description below. Coleman's starting to run down that number 97. Should be able to make quick work of him, though. Grayville still running pretty identical lap times to our race leader right now. Just not able to run him down as quickly as he would like. Running a different entry there going into 1 as well compared to the number 14. Almost like he's taking a little bit of a wider arc. Starting to run him down a little bit, though. Only about a half a second gap between these guys once again. So if this thing goes green, these drivers are going to have to come down and get tires, because these tires are not going to last 100 laps. So our leader works around. Oh, there's our first caution of the evening. Oh, it looks like maybe Zach Murphy and Brian Zimmerman might have been involved. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, Simi. Oh, hard lick into the outside wall for the number 28. Big time. Ooh, that's kind of hard to tell. We're getting slowed down right here. So they're racing pretty hard, racing tight. It looks like maybe Murphy might have come down just a little bit once they make that contact. When Zimmy tries to start floating up off the corner, that's all she wrote. And unfortunately, no fast repairs here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. So not good for Zimmy. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Brian Zimmerman turns down in front of our race leader, Justin Coleman. No. On board with Coleman here. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah. He had nothing he could do. Oh man. Oh, that handed the race lead over to Chris Carroll. Well, maybe we can hear what happened from somebody if they want to join this Savage Edge. I don't know what the Infield Care Center is here. I'm used to calling it Savage Edge Infield Care Center. But the Infield Care Center, see if we can't get a word from one of them, see what happened. Interesting turn of events here, ladies and gentlemen. We're at lap 43 of 100. The real question is, oh, we did have Zach Murphy, Brad Carpenter, Samuel Lawson, and Brandon Metler all come down pit road. So it's either a good thing or a bad thing for those drivers right now. They all look like they took their tires. So now you got to go at least 60 some odd laps, 50 some odd laps on this set of tires. And with the way they were talking earlier, I don't know if I like that gamble. It's like Coleman was able to stay out, but man, heavy front end damage on that number 14. I don't know if that engine's gonna last the remaining, what, 65 laps we got here, 55 laps we got. Hey, the lights are going to go off on the pace car, though, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Carroll and Hunter Lagoons now on the front row. Justin Coleman with a beat-up front end is going to be starting in third. Hopefully that engine lasts for him. He's running good so far tonight. See if he can hang on to it here for a good finish. Christopher Smith going to be rolling off in fourth on this restart. Pace car pulls off. Carroll fires him off, and we're back underway. Carroll's going to be able to clear Lagoons going down into 1 and 2 side by side back here, almost for third. Coleman looking to the inside of Lagoons, can't make it stick. Larry Bell trying to take over that 4th spot from the number 80 of Christopher Smith. Smith hangs on the outside. Elvis is going to take a peek down onto the inside of Larry Bell here in 1 and 2. Side by side as they come off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Larry Bell with the momentum up on the top side of the racetrack, but it looks like Elvis is going to be able to clear him to the center of 3 and 4. Good side by side action back here. You got Dalton Creech. Brian Grayville's trying to work his way back up to the field. Not sure what happened to Grayville going to the back. Doesn't show him pitting. Something must have happened to the 05. Oh, and he's going to get turned by the 36. Or no, that's Sam Lawson checking up hard, trying to avoid it. Didn't hit nothing. Good job by the 44. I think he might have got a little contact there, but let's go see what happened. Yeah, Creech is just down on his door. Kind of hard to tell right there, but I mean, we're running back here. I'm not sure what position they were in. I think they were in 16th or 15th at the time, somewhere around there. Racing pretty hard. Kind of got to keep that momentum, but that's a product of what can happen right there, ladies and gentlemen. You hang too tight on someone's door. Hard to tell, actually, who was at fault there. And, of course, Samuel Lawson hitting the brakes, trying to avoid it. Oh, he got tagged by Metler. Metler slowing down, trying to stop. Vermillion, Muma, now getting checked up for this one. It's a wild wreck right there. Now, this does help out those drivers who came down and pit on lap 41. They're not going to be going full speed turning these laps, so they're going to be able to save some rubber here. But they also got to remember that a lot of these drivers have yet to come down and take them tires. We're under 50 laps to go here at 5 Flags. Chris Carroll leads the way. Hunter Lagoon second. Justin Coleman still third. Well, we do know the old saying, ladies and gentlemen, them cautions, they like to breed cautions. Number 2 of the evening. It's allowed Chris Carroll to get up into the lead on that first caution. Sam Lawson being scored a couple of laps down right now. Not sure why. It's not even on track. It's like the 44 decided to take it on home. Lights are off on the pace car. Coming to take a lap 55 of 100. Pace car's off. Carroll fires them off early, and we're back underway. 46 laps to go here at Five Flags. Lagoon's going to be able to clear Coleman going down into 1 and 2. Elvis, it looks like, trying to get his get that third place from Coleman up on the high side. Top 5 single file out rather quickly. How about Wildman Wellman up 7 spots right now? Even the driver in front of him, Rob Hattenback, he's up 10 spots now, currently sitting in 5th. But all these drivers still have to pit. One's going to go around in the back. That's Lamphere. We're going to be back under caution here, third one of the evening. Let's go back and see what happened. Oh, that is what do you even call that one, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, 88 blinks out. I hate to say it, but blinks out. I mean, that is just 100%. We hate to say it here on TrueSimProductions, but that one, a legitimate case of unrealistic netcode. I mean, his car was completely gone, comes back, and it shows contact, and there was about 6 feet in between them. Probably more than that. There was like 10 feet in between them, it looked like. I mean, there was a lot there. Hey, you know, you make a very good point out in chat. Ladies and gentlemen, go to savageedge.com, get your TrueSimProductions That Was Netcode t-shirt. There's still drivers up front have not come down pit road. Murphy, who came down on 41, has gotten back up to 9th. He's got Metler right behind him, who also pit on lap 41. He's up to 10th. We got Grayville pit on 58, Muma pit on 58. Got a couple other drivers back in the pits right now, I believe, getting some work done on those race cars. Daniel Sweat, Gary Wright, Derek Stanley, Todd Lanford, who was involved in that one. Also, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go ahead and tune in tomorrow night where we're running dirt late models here. Tanner going to be in the booth, so make sure you guys tune in for that one. And also, Saturday night, 8 p.m., episode number 3 of Race Chatter. I know everybody seems to love that show. I love it. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and fire them off one more time here. Five Flags. Chris Carroll, Hunter Lagoon's gonna fire him off one more time. Coleman in 3rd, Brandon Elvis in 4th. Green flag back out in the air. Carroll got a good launch, able to clear the 27 going into 1 and 2. Looks like Coleman's going to hold off Elvis right now. Hangs on to 3rd. Coming to get 37 laps to go here at Five Flags. Everybody single files out here all the way back to about 8th spot where we're side by side. The 88 of Prettyman And Mark Stewart going to lose the spot. Zach Murphy trying to get through on these fresher tires. He looks to the inside of the 88, going down the front stretch into 1 and 2. Fastest lap of the race last time by with a mangled front end was the 14 of Justin Coleman, now looking for second place. Almost a little bit of contact right there as we come off of turn number 2. Elvis trying to follow Coleman through right now. Oh, that's some tire racing right there. I don't know how that car is handling for that number 14, but it can't be all that well right now. See, Elvis is basically trying to push him on through, but Lagoons is hanging on up top. This is just allowing Carroll to start pulling away. Want to keep an eye on this 29, though. He's on them fresher tires. Already on the back bumper of Wildman Wellman coming at it, too. Wellman looking to the inside of Hattenback. That's battle for 5th. Coleman gets around Lagoons. Now Elvis trying to follow. He's going to clear him here through 1 and 2. Wellman looking underneath Hattenback. Giving him plenty of room there off the corner. Rob goes a little wide right here. See, here comes Murphy with them fresher tires. He's being real patient behind these guys. Will he try and make it 3 wide? Knows he's got to stay on the bottom. He's really got to wait until Wellman gets around him. Now he's got to run 3 wide down the back straightaway. 3 wide through the center of turns 3 and 4. Who's going to give? Nobody. We're still 3 wide. Oh, there they make a little bit of contact. They get shoved up out of the groove. Hattenback just lost about 3-4 positions in 1 corner right there. Oh, Miller's going to get on the apron and go around. Caution flag out on the speedway. He barely hit that inside wall right there. Go back, take a look. Yeah, he just got on the apron a little bit. Spun around, and that's going to happen. You get that suspension going the wrong way, especially that uneven transition from the racetrack down to that apron. That's exactly what's going to happen. Sometimes you can use it to your advantage, though, ladies and gentlemen. You use it to get that car to rotate a little bit better, either on exit or through the center of the corner. Here comes Hunter Lagoons down pit road. Chris Carroll going to stay out. 26 laps to go. A lot of drivers are coming in to get them tires. I don't know. I think you might want to come in and get them tires. So it looks like Elvis actually got around Coleman. So Elvis is going to be starting on the outside of Carroll here. Wonder if they can make, well, we've had a couple of cautions. I'm sure they can make it on fuel by now, but I am rather shocked to see these top 3 not come down pit road because they got a hound of cars behind them, all on fresher tires. Zach Murphy is in a very good spot right now. Because the problem right now is these leaders kind of made their bet. They're going to run it out until the end, I imagine. 24 laps to go. You come down pit road right now, you're just going to lose all that track position. And there's just no way you're going to be able to make it back up in that short amount of time. The lights go off on a pace car. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, fire them off one more time. Going to be 22 laps to go at the stripe. Chris Carroll, Brandon Elvis, green flag back out in the air. Another good launch for Carroll as we go down into turns 1 and 2, side by side right here for second. They better sort this out quicker. Carroll's going to start to pull away, and neither of them are going to be able to get a shot to win this race. Look at the run the 29's going to get, though. Will he put him 3 wide again? Maybe try to take him on the outside. Backs way out of it. To really get out of it there. Almost got into the back end of that number 14. Now good run down the back into 3 and 4. Side by side for third right now is the number 29 of Zach Murphy on the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to take it over from the 14 of Coleman up on the top side. Fastest lap of the race last time by was Brandon Elvis, 17.07. Looking to the inside of Chris Carroll, battle for the race lead. Caution flag out on the speedway. I think Elvis might have had him. No, it's showing Carroll still the race leader. So Chris Carroll's going to luck out on that one as they catch up to the pace car. Looks like Wildman Wellman and Derek Stanley might have been involved with this one. Let's go back and take a look. Oh yeah, Derek Stanley just looks like he might have came down. Maybe not knowing Wellman was there. Trying to run his line. I mean, Wellman really wasn't there. He was there when they entered the corner, but yeah, you could say that was probably on Stanley right there. It's like came down a little bit. Wellman got into him, turned him around. They kept it straight though. I'm surprised that actually triggered the yellow. We got other places where cars will be flipping down the backstretch and iRacing won't throw yellow, but you know, that's how it be, ladies and gentlemen. 18 laps to go. I tell you what, Elvis had something figured out right there. But don't count out that number 29. Last pit on lap 41. You know he's got better tires than these guys. Was working on Coleman and got around him actually pretty quick there before that caution came out. You don't got a lot of time left though. Did he burn those tires up coming through the field? That is also another good question. And we're going to find out. It's basically going to be a little, I'm going to assume about a 14, 13 lap shootout here. Once the pace car lights go off. Who's going to walk away with this one? Chris Carroll in position, but had to fight Brandon Elvis there. Elvis was doing a really good job trying to get around him. I thought he had him there right before that yellow flag came out. I really did. It looked like he had the nose ahead. I was about to say Elvis leading the lap. Then the yellow flag flew and gave it right back to Chris Carroll. Here we go. Gonna be 14 laps to go at the stripe. Out of turn 4, Carroll fires him off, back underway. A little bit of contact right there on the restart. Elvis trying to hang on his door. Made a little door contact with the 99 all over the back bumper here. Down to 3 and 4. Oh Murphy's going to lose his spot to Smith. Now Smith, he last pit on lap 50. He's got better tires than that 29. Oh, this is going to be close all the way down to the end. Carroll losing the race lead. So Elvis, they make a little bit of contact. He tried to get back down, but couldn't get there. Now here comes Zach Murphy into second. But look now, Brad Carpenter also got some fresh rubber. Looking to the inside of Carroll. Elvis starting to pull away just a little bit here. 12 laps to go. Murphy's got the tires. He's just got to be smooth. He's just got to be consistent and get to that back bumper. That number 54 can take home a win here tonight. Elvis has to do the same. Keep his eyes out of that rearview mirror and just focus on ahead of him and set qualifying laps right now. 10 laps to go. Nine more times around the speedway, coming to be 8. Murphy and Elvis running identical lap times. That time, Murphy was a little bit quicker, but yellow flag back out on the speedway. So let's go back. We're going to take a look here. It looks like a couple of cars involved, so let's go see what happened. Oh, man. Chris Carroll involved, Mitchell Muma. Oh, boy. I mean, it looks like Coleman might have got... Coleman and... No, they didn't make contact, so I think Coleman's just having an issue there up on the top side of the racetrack. And looked like the 8 tried to put it through the middle there. Got on the brakes to back out of it. Vermillion slows up. Carroll gets in the back of Vermillion. The 12 really nowhere to go. Muma comes in hot. Gets a piece of it. Oh, Wildman got a piece. There's other drivers back here that might got a piece as well. Let's check it out. 97 got into the 36. So yeah, a lot going on right there. I tell you what, Murphy's going to need the restart of his life right here because Carpenter pit on lap 43, a little bit better tire than that 29. Larry Bell and Christopher Smith both pit on lap 50. It's going to come down to the wire. Elvis is yet to pit, and he's out there turning really good lap times, which is rather incredible. Looks like we're going to be getting a green, white, checkered finish here. So Elvis just has to get a really good start and hold him off. See what he can do. Lights are off on the pace car. Murphy's got better. Everybody behind Elvis has better tires right now. So it's really anybody's race. Elvis has to hold him off. Everybody else got to get around Elvis. Here we go. Out of 4. Green flag back out in the air. Good launch for Elvis. Murphy tries to cover off the 31. out of turn 2. Here comes Carpenter with a little bit better tires, a little bit of door contact between him and the 80. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Can Zach Murphy get to the back bumper of Elvis? I don't know if he's going to be able to get there. Good run down the back. Here we go. Into 3 and 4. I don't think Murphy's going to be able to get there. Brandon Elvis takes home the win here, 5 flags. We're wrecking after the finish. What happened there after the finish, man? That was wild. Oh, that was just, I guess guys not paying attention right there. 31 kind of came up and got into 80 there. I don't know what that was all about. How about it though for Brandon Elvis, ladies and gentlemen? Let's hear it. Race winner. So who we got here? Who we got? We got Zach Murphy, Smith, and Elvis. Let's go ahead and move them up into the waiting room here. Where is Murphy? There he is. Let Elvis do a little bit more burning down. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and bring up our 3rd place finisher, and that's going to be Christopher Smith in the number 80. And I tell you what, man, you came down pit road there on lap 50. You had the better tires there, but it looked like you kind of got hung up with Brad Carpenter. Still come home P3. Kind of walk me through your race and that finish there.
Yeah, man, that was a good run. I don't know. I feel like tires. Elvis is just really good at saving tires. I mean, he does it in our league. He's probably one of the best ones I know that can save tires. And I respect Zach a lot, so I was just trying to stay off of them too. And that battle there, me and Brad, man, that was fun.
Yeah, you guys were really putting on a show there for that, I guess, green-white checkered finish. But had to fresh your tires. Came home P3 tonight, man. Who you got to thank on the number 80?
I'd like to thank Bad Company Racing, Coleman Designs, just everything, Tanner, you, everything y'all put on. Say hey to my dad. He watches all the shows. So just thank y'all for everything y'all do.
All right, Chris. Hey, congrats on your 3rd place finish, and we'll talk to you next week.
I appreciate it.
3rd place finisher, Christopher Smith in the number 80. Now let's bring up 2nd place. He had to fight his way up through the field after taking tires on lap 41. Tried to make a move there. Couldn't quite get to his back bumper there, Zach, but you come home P2. Walk me through your race.
Yeah, I'm glad he could bring it home P2. I got to apologize to Zimmy. We had some contact earlier there, and definitely not intentional. I was actually trying to slot in behind him and misjudged it, and apologize to him. But yeah, after that, pitted, got 2 tires, and then just was trying to be patient, work my way through the field. And honestly, yeah, the last caution at lap 93 or so, I wish it would have went green. I think I could have got him there. And then that last restart, I just couldn't quite get to him, and just happy to bring it home fairly clean and 2nd place, good points run.
Absolutely, man. Like you said, come home 2nd here. You got them fresher tires, but couldn't quite get to Elvis. Not a big deal. You come home 2nd. Great points night. Kind of repeating myself, but you know the deal. Hey, I'm going to let you have the floor. Who do you got to thank on the number 29 for making it all happen here tonight?
Yeah, we'll thank Whitney Automotive on the side of the car. Thank Brad down at race room 10 tonight. Usually race room 3, but he gave me some room on some restarts. Appreciate that. Yeah, thank you guys over at TSP for a broadcast. It's always good to go back and look at it. And the guys at Crooked Line for putting all this league on every week.
Well, congratulations again on your 2nd place finish, Zach. We'll let you get back down there and celebrate it, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, Sam.
Zach Murphy coming home in second. Kind of walked on myself there, talking in doubles, whatever you want to repeat myself. Let's talk to our race winner, Brandon Elvis. Brandon, you didn't take tires. My question is, number one, how? Number two, congratulations on the win, man. Walk me through your race.
Heck yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. That was tough. I had to use a lot of discipline right there at the beginning of the race, man. And just I had to watch the top 10 drive away from me. I was saving a good bit, but I didn't think I was kind of actually going harder than I felt like I needed to. I knew that I could probably make it on tires. I did a little bit of practicing earlier, and I thought that I could make it. So that lap, I don't know, 30 or so caution, I thought about coming in and taking tires. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try to hold a track position. This might get kind of hairy at the end, but turns out, man, it paid off for me. I'm stoked.
So were you a little bit worried there when you saw that last caution? You knew you were going to get a green, white, checkered start, and you had guys behind you who were on fresher rubber.
Actually, that made me less nervous. I was wanting a green, white, checkered because I knew if I could get my tires back cool, I knew for 2 or 3 laps, I could really fire off good. But at anything more than 3 or 4 laps, I think that Zach, I knew he was on tires. I knew he was Zach and Chris both. I knew that they were probably going to be able to jump me if we went 7 or 8 laps. So with those cautions, like, man, bring them on. I didn't want any more after that last one, but definitely wanted the cautions.
Well, you come home with another win here, man, in the number 54. Who you got to thank for making it all happen?
God first and foremost. My wife, Bad Company Racing, Chestnut Hill, the restaurant, Barry Elvis Performance and Fab, Coleman Design, man, putting on this race, making my cars look good every week. I guess it seems like I get a new scheme every other week, and he really knocks them out the park, man. You guys, TrueSimProductions, Crooked Line, I really enjoy running this league, and I have a blast. And BCR boys, we're putting it on. We're putting it on here lately. We're doing good. I hope we can keep this momentum going.
Well, again, man, congratulations on taking home the win here tonight at 5 Flags, and we'll see you again next week.
Thanks, Sam.
That was your race winner, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Elvis, and had to hold off a hard charging field there with fresher tires. So great job on taking home the win there. Let me go ahead and get the results up on screen as always. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's coverage of the Coleman Designs 100 from 5 Flags. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.